Salesforce, which is huge. They have like so many customers, and all the big companies are using them, and they're using for tracking their customers, right? So that means that when you need to when you need to provide support to those customers, when you need to collect leads and all this stuff, you could use AI, and you could save so much time.
Hi, my name is Demetri Panici, and I'm a content creator, agency owner, and AI enthusiast. You're listening to the AI Agents podcast, brought to you by Jotform, and featuring our very own CEO and founder, Aytekin. This is the show where artificial intelligence meets innovation, productivity, and the tools shaping the future of work. Enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the AI Agents podcast. In this episode, we're going to be diving into Salesforce AI Agents, and a little special trait that we'll have for you that's not just a Salesforce AI agent like any other, but one that we put together ourselves with demos. So if you want to see them in action, make sure to stick around and make sure to just kick things off. I don't usually ask at the beginning, but if you are a consistent watcher, what are you doing? Give us a review, just please, on all the platforms. I don't ask at the beginning. I always ask at the end. But with all that out of the way, Aytekin, how are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, we have a great episode today talking about Salesforce. And we always go to their conference and just showcase what we have at Jotform. And this year also their conference just happened, and we showcased our Salesforce AI Agents. And today I'm going to show that, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I mean, it's huge. Salesforce, which is huge. They have like so many customers, and all the big companies are using them. And how do you use? And they're using for tracking their customers, right? So that means that when you need to when you need to provide support to those customers, when you need to collect leads and all this stuff, you could use AI, and you could save so much time. And in terms of AI agents, Salesforce was like one of the biggest as well. Like their Agentforce has been very popular, and it has been growing. And our agent is kind of like competitor to them. But I also think like it's good to have like different options. Maybe we have some features that they may not cover. So I mean, I think it's still good to see different options. Maybe you want to have something outside of Salesforce, something that also like integrates with all the other things like WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever. Like just from AI Agents integrates with everything. So it's good to have options, and Salesforce is a great partner that every year we go to their events and showcase what we have for Salesforce customers at Jotform. So yeah, it's an exciting episode.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I agree with you. I think there's a fair, that's a pretty fair assessment. Like the landscape between us and other tools that we're going to kind of showcase in this episode is interesting, because while we may be competing, I do think there are like always unique things that each tool kind of provides and like has in there that are different. And I mean, it all kind of kicked off from a practical standpoint in-house with the Agentforce that was kind of released. And I'm going to share my screen real quick just to kind of give you guys a layout of Agentforce. It's a pretty cool tool, but it's very much what kicked everything off. If everyone remembers, I'm actually going to bring up something funny. If anyone remembers this video, it'll give you a bit of.
Did you share your screen?
I'm about to share my my Matthew McConaughey agent. This was a series of ads. Let me pull it up real quick. It's just so dorky. I love it though. I'm not gonna.
If my mortgage lender used Agentforce, the powerful AI from Salesforce, A digital agent would have helped me pre-qualify before my dream house was sold. Well, how?
The buyer's lender used Agentforce.
Well, who's the buyer?
Hey, brah. Welcome to Casa de Wood.
Oh, jeez.
Morning, Mr. Harrelson.
Pool's open next week. Bathing suit optional.
Agentforce helps lenders prevent finance.
Yeah, so there's a series of these ads that
Oh
are
yeah,
just funny.
they have big bucks.
It was and then like other ones where basically he like booked a, I think, restaurant night out for himself, and he was getting rained on, and then Woody Harrelson's across the street in like a nice diner or whatever, and then there's another one where it's cold out and he didn't pay his electric bill or something, or his heating bill, and then
I think that was one
not,
with airport.
yeah. So there was a good streak of these that were really funny. But practically speaking, I mean, Agentforce is a really cool tool. I'm not gonna act like it's anything other than that, but it is pretty funny, kind of how, you know, this is what our first foray was into AI agents, and I think that just to kind of speak to what they do a little bit, it is pretty much, it's not like a chatbot. I know that. It's the difference is kind of that there is a level of autonomy here. Unlike the old bots that kind of need a rigid script, Agentforce uses like a reasoning engine, and they basically need they use data, reasoning, and actions, which is decently similar to what we do, right? In a sense. And what they're basically is they help out do what you'd imagine for a lot of different AI agents that exist now. I think when this first came out, this was basically before AI agents had practically kind of hit the market in a mass scale. I know we were out there. They have voice, they have context, they have a lot of the different tools that you'd imagine, the different products to have. You have the ability to make a series of different agents, build it out quickly, tell it a role, tell it what company you're at. Like, practically speaking, it's going to be pretty similar from like a functionality capability standpoint to a lot of what we're doing at Jotform. I think that the thing that they had ahead of everybody else was like, it was a Salesforce company back. Wait, did they get bought out or did they buy Slack? I'm forgetting how that went. Are they owned by an umbrella company?
You mean Agentforce?
Salesforce itself.
Salesforce itself, I think it was always by themselves.
Okay, yeah. So they're the ones that, but they bought Slack though.
Yeah, they bought Slack.
Okay, got it. So I didn't know. Okay. So this company's huge. So they were able to put all of this stuff together relatively quickly, you know, like have flows built out based off of things that happen, have asynchronous responses in a context-driven manner, right? These are things that you're able to do with a lot of AI agent tools, but they put this together really early. And with that, we kind of had, I mean, take a look at the pricing here. I don't know why it stopped sharing. Take a look at the pricing here. It's kind of ridiculous.
The pricing scared the share.
Yeah, I think the pricing literally scared my computer. $2 per conversation. Now, Aytekin, I know that obviously we have a different set of pricing. How would you compare that from an affordability standpoint?
I think Agentforce is usually like they are targeting the Salesforce
Enterprise.
is targeting like big clients,
Yeah.
big companies. So maybe they are not really sensitive to those kind of pricing. And I think they're also comparing to human salaries, right? So, you know, per conversation,
yeah.
maybe a human, you know, a person would probably be cost you like, you know, $100 or something like that. So I think that's the comparison. Yeah, that's probably why they have such pricing. And like the others, like Intercom Fin was, I think, like $1 per conversation, something like that. So they're also expensive. You know, Jotform actually has the roots to like, you know, more like, you know, small businesses, small organizations. Because of that, like our customers are more sensitive to pricing. So we keep it much lower, you know, compared to, you know, Salesforce. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, I think that's that's the kind of thing I wanted to highlight was this is an enterprise level, product, and it is kind of what kicked everything off. But accessibility wasn't quite there, I don't think, for the masses, right? Because a lot of people don't use Salesforce because it's expensive. A lot of people don't use Agentforce at that point because it's expensive as well. Now, if you're that top tier company that really wants to pay for the premium option, sure, you can maybe go with Agentforce, but there are a lot better options that are out there for your everyday company. We kind of cater towards SMBs, and that's what I think I wanted to kind of frame the conversation as. Agentforce kind of kicked it off, and then from there, we're kind of taking the torch from them to help out small businesses, and there's some other really cool options out there that we're going to show you in this episode. So just
one thing I like about their pricing is it's pay per usage, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have huge usage, maybe you don't care about that much. Maybe it's not going to cost you that much if you are, small, right? So that could be one aspect that might be, good about their pricing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I think usage based is always better because, like, if you know you're going to get a certain amount of value out of each conversation, so to speak, then it can be cheaper than, like you said, like an employee or something to that effect, practically. Yeah. But if you don't have that option, it can be a little bit harder. But I'm glad that it is usage based. And obviously Salesforce, just to kind of give you guys more of a deep dive into Salesforce itself. You mentioned what Salesforce, I guess, is at the beginning, but Salesforce practically is, like we mentioned, just a high powered like CRM and info product that really just help out people in general too. It's funny because now they're trying to frame their entire website as agents, by the way, which is funny. But it is used by a couple million people, which showcases that for being so popular and only used by a couple million. Once again, it is catered towards bigger companies. So it's kind of like their more premium style CRM and customer service platform. So if you are somebody that's using this, I'd imagine that you do value strong tech and you do value a good tool. And that's why we wanted to help out for those of you that are interested in making a better connection to your CRM, answering questions, organizing the CRM, getting back to customers, all of those different things that are kind of important to run a business well and to have good interactions. That's what we're going to show in this demo that Aytekin's kind of prepared for the Jotform.
Before I get into the demo, like I just show on this, saw that on the screen that they handled like 2 million conversations, like Agentforce, Salesforce support conversations. That's a great way to improve your product. I really applaud that they have been doing that. We have also been doing that, and we have our own support AI agent, like using our own product, Jotform AI Agents, and our agent is answering like 5,000 conversations daily right now. So you would say it's been like 6 months. I don't know. We are also pretty good number. 6 months. I cannot multiply it right now, but pretty high as well, in the hundreds of thousands level. And we also use that to kind of improve our product. That was a great way to, like, we reviewed all the conversations happen.
How does that
in our own AI agent and our customers, and that's how, like, we actually started with 25% resolution rate, and over 3 months we were able to increase that to 75% resolution rate, and that helped us improve our product.
Yeah. How does that kind of work from your standpoint? I am kind of curious. What is the value that you get out of these conversations? Like, what are you able to extract? Just like better interactions between customers for the next time, or like how does it kind of help?
So basically, we have humans actually review those conversations happening between the AI agent and our customers. And then when they review the conversations, like, they mark it as like resolved or not resolved. And if the conversation is not resolved, basically they are gonna, label it as like, okay, there was a problem, there was this problem. So going from that 25% to 75% resolution rate in 3 months involved a lot of improvements on our AI agents. So one of them was like the knowledge retrieval, the RAG retrieval. That like we changed our underlying like vector database, like and we made changes with our rack system, and so we added a lot of tool calls. So basically, our human support would actually use real tools, right? When they were answering customers, for example, someone saying, "Okay, I don't receive emails from Jotform," or like someone submitted my form, but I don't receive the email, right? A real human support would actually go and use a tool to kind of debug, like to kind of look at the logs to find what happened,
Sure.
why email didn't go. Maybe sometimes we just receive an error message from the other end, like your email server. And now we added the tool so that our own AI agent could also use that tool using an API. Each Jotform AI Agents actually has like API call option as well, and then use the exact same tool. So that those kind of tool usage had a big improvement. And we also improved our knowledge base, like just like reviewing all the conversations happening between your AI agent and your customers. And then when you discover things that your AI agent cannot answer, like you can just add more knowledge to your database. And in our case, like we gave our user guides, and our user guides had like all the information, missing information. So this during these 3 months, we also like almost like half of the user guides were actually rewritten to improve them. And we discovered that like we were missing out of things that people were asking, but we didn't cover in user guides. And so now, because of our AI agents, we also have like this great user guide as well. So there was other like minor things, but I think the biggest improvements came from those three things: improving our knowledge base, improving our rack system, and the tool usage that AI agents started doing. Yeah.
Really cool. Okay. Well, that thank you for that context. I think it's pretty awesome that
Yeah.
you're able to do that. I think data. I was just in an interview the other day with somebody on the show. They were just mentioning like data's doing a lot of the work to make these things better. So the more conversations that are had, and the better results you'll get, and the cycle continues. So
I think most important thing is just review. Like whatever AI you use, you have to like review what it does. And like it never works out of the box. Like you just have to keep improving your AI agents. And that's the great thing about them. You can improve them.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm sharing my screen now. So this is Jotform Salesforce Agent, and you just mentioned pricing. So let me just also show the pricing. We actually have like the Black Friday
Got a deal.
sale here as well. But basically, like you get 100 conversations per month for free. Even like this is not just Black Friday. This is always, and you can create like 5 agents. So right, you can see that we only have the Black Friday on the gold, but you can see that these costs are pretty actually low, 39 per month, and you get like 1,000 conversations. Like Agentforce, it was like $2 per conversation. Like you would have to pay like $2,000 per month if you had that. Like if you had that pricing with Jotform, so it's much more affordable with
Sure.
Jotform. So yeah, so Jotform Salesforce agents, you can basically use it. Like there are many ways you can use it, but most people actually use it either as a like they either use it to kind of like be able to generate leads on their website, like just people chatting, and then the AI agent, the chatbot, actually ask for information like their email address, and then that email address can be passed to Salesforce automatically. So I think that's the like biggest use case we see. And the second biggest use case is like many people actually use Salesforce as they have this service cloud. So basically, they use it for customer support. And then if you have that, and I can actually show it here. I'm going to show it on my demo. But if your knowledge base is actually on Salesforce, you can connect it to your agent, and then your agent on your website can actually use that knowledge to also serve clients. So let's take a look at our page, like lead capture. And I mentioned this, like just it could be on your website. You could integrate it with your Instagram, with your Gmail, with your WhatsApp, SMS, like texting, and all kinds of things like that, channels like that. And tickets, like support tickets, it can answer support tickets. Obviously, 24/7 AI agents have that. And you get all kinds of Jotform features as well with
Nice.
this, like book. Jotform AI agents already has like all kinds of stuff like booking appointments and things like that. And yeah, learns from your Salesforce data and always in sync with your Salesforce. And this is like a native application on Salesforce. You just you go to the Salesforce App Store and then you can install it there. So yeah, so I'm going to
Nice.
show you the demo, and basically you can create it from Salesforce. You can create it from Jotform. Just click on Create AI Agent, and then like just enter something. And I already created one. I'm just going to show you that. So basically, I created this website on Salesforce called Elevate Hoops Academy. It's like my kids go to basketball training, so I created such an organization that's basically has like gives training to the kids, and basically I added this chatbot to that. So basically, you can customize your chatbot here, right? You can basically enter all kinds of information and change the style as you would like. I created this style, and then basically you connect it to your Salesforce. I'm gonna connect to it here, and right, you can use it on different levels. I already connected, so it kind of remembered my connection, and I'm logged into Salesforce as well. Right, it's just I already created this, so it's probably just reusing that. Okay, so right, so I created this agent. I can customize it here. I can use it here, like this. So I already tested this, but basically, I asked it like, what agents do you train? It basically, okay, the knowledge base is also integrated with
Oh, wow.
Salesforce knowledge base. So here we can see that it's connected to the Salesforce knowledge. I just showed it here.
So whatever you put in there, you don't even have to
Yeah.
like re-add to Jotform.
You don't
That's
have
really
to
cool.
re-add it. It's just coming here, right?
Nice.
And all these articles are being pulled here, crawled, and so okay. And the other thing is like if let's say I want to like, okay, can I register here? Can I register? Right? So the great thing about Jotform AI Agents is it can integrate with forms. And here I have a form. Okay. I don't have to have a form because it's integrated with Salesforce. So it's just gonna connect my information to Salesforce. Let's enter information. And I could also do it over voice, say Jotform, 5 Barcadero, Seth. Hopefully it's gonna understand that. It should have probably. Okay, I haven't customized this, but it shouldn't have asked. Like, if you think about this example, it shouldn't have asked about the company information. This is I'm not really applying, but the default questions on Salesforce is more about companies because it's about generating leads.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 555. All right, I am registered now. Let's take a look if it added me as a lead. So here are the leads, and let's refresh. Looks like I probably broke the the integration when I disconnected it. Let's take a look. Let's try to debug it.
Okay.
All right. So we go to publish. Right. Usually, like when we are doing these demos, like the product has just come out. Like we just announced this
Yeah,
on
sure.
the Salesforce conference, and then usually, like we will hit some bugs. Right. So we have this integration. Right. Academy leads created. This is previous ones. Let's see. Maybe it's taking a while. Let's take a look. I created this agent connected to that. All right, this is it, right? Can't see it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out what happened here.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically the idea. Like you just you create an agent, post it on your website, and collect information, leads, and answer questions. More importantly,
Gotcha.
and that's pretty much it. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just for reference, everybody, like that, this does happen in any new product or feature. But I think the idea that you're actually able to integrate with the tools like Salesforce with their knowledge, in my opinion, is actually kind of crazy. I'm kind of surprised that it's able to do that. I'm not saying that I don't think that tools like Salesforce have robust APIs, but sometimes I feel like that stuff's kind of like gated. But I'm glad you guys were able to make that connection, and it was it works in your tool. So in our tool. So let me just share my screen again. I'm gonna walk you through a couple different other tools that exist in this realm. So I'm gonna first start with a tool called Got Qualified. So these are actually I'm gonna start with it's called Sunbird. Let me pull this up, Sunbird. So these are tools like this. So as you can see on my screen.
Yep.
Perfect. So Sunbird, it has a slogan that transforming Salesforce live chat with AI-powered capabilities. And why should you use it? If you're in fintech, healthcare, or e-commerce, this is kind of your best bet for mobile and web chat. It streamlines workflows with better handoffs and specifically handles ticket deflection, meaning the AI solves the issue before a human has to touch it. And it also allows you to transfer knowledge to the bot via content files or web links. So similar type of stuff as we're talking about. It's $30 a month, I think at the moment it says. That's what we kind of see right here, but let's show you some of the examples of how it works. So it's almost like basically a connection to Salesforce and then like a very small, can you hear this? Is that playing?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like a very small like add-on for Salesforce. So just a little bit of an addition to what you're doing in Salesforce rather than needing the whole like suite, I guess. Just basically live chat support improvements, and is essentially like there's a lot of tools that have like inboxes sort of as like a third party, right? So it's basically you're getting all these queries and tickets, and you're kind of like able to have it enhanced with the experience here with Sunbird on top of your Salesforce. So that's the first one. It's not as robust, it doesn't seem like than what we have, but it's just a very basic sort of AI-powered chat improvement to your product. If your goal is purely sales, Piper basically lives on your website and email inbox to generate inbound pipeline. It automates meeting bookings and writes follow-up emails for you. So it's basically like an SDR agent rather than like a support one. So the first one was like a support agent. This one's more of a AI sales addition to what you're doing. So take a look at it from this perspective. Let's see the demo.
Meet Piper, the #1 AI SDR agent. Marketers, this is how you exceed your pipeline targets. So how does it work? With Piper, you can have a clear picture of every website visitor. and a game plan for how to convert them. Piper engages your best buyers in real time and nurtures them along their buying journey. She books sales meetings instantly and keeps deals moving right in the inbox. This is how you generate pipeline at scale, at warp speed. So, isn't it time you met Piper?
I just can't get over the name.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Piper, the pipeline. Yeah.
It looks very cool.
So as you can tell, though, I mean, the purpose of this is to, the first one was more customer support. This one's a little bit more sales oriented. It's more tracking what's on your website through the API, then being able to add those people that you're booking the calls to Salesforce, right? So it's kind of the more sales aspect, where the other one was customer support.
But you'll never forget this name, right?
I will not forget this name. Have you ever seen the show Silicon Valley?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so you're talking about pipe. Remember, I'm the pipe.
I just cannot take it seriously.
Yeah, no. Every time I see the word Piper or see someone named Piper after watching the show, I just laugh, which is bad. I'm glad you've seen that show. It's a pretty good one. All right, so that was more the sales stuff. So this is Value Text. It's an SMS and WhatsApp messaging tool. So obviously we kind of showed some chatbots, some email stuff just now, but what we kind of have here, I mean, Agentforce is great, but it can be kind of tricky with external messaging apps, is kind of what the consensus is. And that's where Value Text kind of shines. The main feature is that they provide a native SMS and WhatsApp messaging integration inside Salesforce. So it kind of gives you a multi-channel inbox and chat console. So if you're like in real estate or insurance or the government or anything to that effect, and you need your to text your clients automatically, this is the agent for you. So here's another demo. See if this will share my screen and not randomly disappear. Okay, or the demo won't show. Cool. I think literally it's like I'm just not letting the video load. So I'm going to ignore that. But let's take a look at some of the images. It's kind of like got a chat console. It's one of those like chat consoles that integrates with a bunch of stuff, including your SMS and your WhatsApp. So you see like right here, like from WhatsApp to business phone type stuff. So it's kind of the texting and WhatsApp agent tool with an inbox and some automations. So you can trigger SMS or WhatsApp messages kind of through these automation tools so they can automatically happen if, for example, somebody books an appointment or something to that effect, which doesn't seem like, here's it in action. Doesn't seem like it does it as much with a Salesforce Agentforce. So this is kind of that version of it. So another one we have is a separate customer service one called Ada. So Ada for customer service. This one's pretty top tier. Starts at 30 grand a year. So if you're really a hot shot, want to try it out, you can. The onboard measure, it basically is an onboard measure and coach, and you have the onboard measure and coach an AI agent to automatically resolve, they claim, up to 83% of customer service inquiries. So this would be like replacing people type stuff. And another video doesn't work. That's awesome. But it's just another customer service agent, but like apparently at a really high level, integrates with your website, is really got a lot of the similar stuff we have, to be honest, with training, guidance, actions, AI agent profile, what channels can it integrate with. And then it showcases like the automated resolution rate. So obviously I would say some of these tools are a little bit on the fringe when it comes to pricing and stuff, but they still have good value. But if you're not necessarily able to afford it, it's all good. Just wanted to kind of throw that out there. It did get good reviews, so that's why it's on the list. And then there is another two that are kind of in the same category. So lastly, if you need to manage the handoff, you kind of want to work with LivePerson or Minzy. So LivePerson is kind of great for enterprise omni-channel interactions, while Minzy focuses specifically on agent handover and automated case creation to keep your support team sane. So it's another support agent. Let's hope this video loads. I'll make it short. Why, by the way, why do all of them use that ridiculous upbeat, like, it's always ding, 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 with like a bass? I don't know. So what do we do? What are we doing? Okay, can I get someone talking? So the agent, okay.
More like a slideshow than maybe.
Oh, geez. So it's not even a real video. I'm going to turn off the audio then. I don't need to listen to this crap. Elena gets an update. I'm not going to listen to the music. So it's another AI agent that has the ability to kind of, after you, it seems like it's saying that it's unlike the other way around, where basically you get a ticket and you can hand it off to an agent. So it's kind of the inverse, if that makes sense. Because most of the time it does stuff and then tries to hand it off to the human if it gets too hard. But it seems like it's kind of a support ticket. Okay, I can send this to an agent based on some context. So interesting. So that's the first out of the two. Then we got Minzy. So let's show Minzy, which is the other option.
I think you need to reshare. Okay.
Yeah. And this one is another high value one. So it's customer service chatbot and agent handover. So automate and enhance customer service. So basically automate and enhance customer service with Minzy and Salesforce. It seamlessly hands over to live agents. So how you would experience that, I think, is in a similar manner where, someone is interacting with the agent, and I'm sure you've seen it with tools like Intercom, but it kind of seems like it escalates it to a person or vice versa, if need be.
What we have is like we have a mobile app, Jotform AI Agents and mobile app, and when someone actually says, like, talking to the bot, like the AI agent, if they say I want to talk to human, basically it just pings you, so that if you want to take over, if you want to say, like, if you want the AI agent to hand over to you, then you just accept it, and then you take over the live conversation. And like, as I mentioned, like, we have like 5,000 conversations in our own customer support, and I think we get like 150 or 200 times a day people actually switch to a human. They don't just talk to, like, AI. Sometimes they just say, okay, I want to talk to someone.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with it.
Person.
Yeah.
And then when they do that, and usually we have someone, but if we have someone, that person takes over with live chat. So I think that's great. Like, they don't have to wait. AI is so fast. Like, AI can give great answers quickly. So people are happy about that. But at some point, like, sometimes the AI,
some people just want to talk to a person, and that's right? Okay. Yeah.
And if you can, and the great thing is, like, in the past, like, when we tried to do live chat, like, we had to make people wait, because, like, we cannot just handle so many people. Either, like, turn off the live chat because we cannot handle the load, or just you have to wait like 5-10 minutes to talk to a human being. And now, like, you get instant AI answers, but if you need to, like, talk to a real person, because there's less load, like, you can talk to the real person as well. So I think it's best of both worlds, and I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of summarize everything, Salesforce is definitely a tool that a lot of people are using to enhance what they're doing, whether it be for customer support or for their CRM. And we've kind of gone through a broad strokes of what can be done from an AI standpoint to help enhance that experience. Obviously, I think with our agent, it was the most robust out of the third-party ones that I saw. Obviously, some cool use cases across the board. Nothing wrong with like a nice specific SMS one here or there, but I think it was really cool how we directly integrated in a knowledge-based manner, which was great. And my final thoughts are just that if Salesforce is your tool, try these out. I think you'll find, whether it's ours, Salesforce, Agentforce, whatever it is, you got to implement these things. There's going to be more cost effective than the people that are working for you. They're going to be more responsive. They're really helpful. Obviously, we know what Jotform's been able to do just at a website level with so many people, but integrating between that and your CRM is kind of invaluable. Or no, it's impossible to kind of like quantify the value. It seems like, sure we can, and it's a lot, is what that means. But yeah, those are my final thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's just like we are just starting out. Salesforce is a great channel, and lots of companies use Salesforce, and the AI agents has been. It's like we released it in February, Jotform AI Agents, so it has been improving over the time, and it got really good. And this with this new channel with Salesforce, that you can use that knowledge, and you can also basically connect your leads to Salesforce, and you get all the power of Jotform. So I think that's going to be a really good channel for our user, or for all the Salesforce users. And there's also all these great products that are just they're also coming out every day and improving every day. So I think it's just going to be great for everyone, for customers as well. Like they can get quick, good support from AI, and just less load for humans, so that they can actually provide a better service. That's our philosophy, and yeah, that's my thoughts.
Absolutely. No, I think that's awesome, and it's kind of a good summary to end things off. So with that being said, if you guys did like the episode, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, give a review to the podcast, just as I mentioned at the beginning, if you forgot. And also, don't forget, we're on every platform. So if you want to watch us on video and you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, you want to see my face for some reason, or Aytekin's face, go on YouTube. It's good. It's a good time. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening or watching to this episode of the AI Agents podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you. Bye-bye.